Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another brand new video. I hope you guys are all doing well. So today I really want to give you guys an update on what is happening with Bitcoin right now, because you guys can clearly see the grayscale pump that we saw pretty much 2 days ago, about 2 days ago, okay, has been wiped out. You guys clearly see Bitcoin right now is in fact at its previous level, okay, back down at its previous level of $26,000. Okay, so that grayscale pump that we saw a couple of days ago is completely wiped out. Why? What happened to Bitcoin today? Well, that is exactly what I really want to talk about for today's video. So guys, before we get into this video, quickly give it a thumbs up and of course subscribe to the channel if you guys have not yet already. I really would appreciate that as always. And let's begin with this video. So yes, guys, you guys clearly see Bitcoin is now back down at its previous level of $26,000. Okay, and when I saw this, guys, earlier this morning, I actually bought some Bitcoin like straight away. Okay, straight away. Okay, I just bought more Bitcoin. Right, every single time, guys, we see a opportunity, right, we gotta take it. Okay, so I am taking this time right now to buy as much Bitcoin as possible, and I hope you guys are in fact doing this the exact same thing, because I've been telling you guys we should all be DCAing at least into Bitcoin. We all should be at least dollar cost averaging right now, and I'm gonna talk more about that throughout this video. But yes, Bitcoin right now is obviously dropping. Right, and now since it did in fact drop, if it goes to the 1 hour time frame, it is in fact continuing to consolidate at this level of $26,000. Before we had the grayscale pump, we know Bitcoin has in fact been consolidating at this level as well of pretty much 26k. Right, and you guys clearly see the exact same thing right now is in fact happening for Bitcoin. So if we do in fact see Bitcoin, okay, drop back down, okay, further down to the downside, then yes, Bitcoin will drop to around $25,000, which is this level right here, or it could potentially drop further down to the downside. But so far, it's still holding strong at its previous support level of $26,000. Now, the crypto market today is obviously dropping. You guys clearly see that overall. The market is down 3.6%, okay, almost 4% today. You guys clearly see that. Bitcoin is down over 4% for the past 24 hours. Ethereum is down, 3.6%, and is now back down at 1,600, right? You guys clearly see a fair few altcoins are in fact dropping as well. There are in fact some altcoins having a pump, but nothing too crazy. Okay, but majority of altcoins just clearly see for the past 24 hours are in fact dropping. Right. So that grayscale pump has been completely wiped out, and you guys clearly see the FinGreed index, okay, is now back down in fear mode. Right. So it seems like a lot of investors are in fact feeling more fearful now, okay, because of this, right? Because of Bitcoin dropping, and not just that, okay. And here's to the point now on why we are in fact seeing Bitcoin and pretty much the entire crypto market dropping is because of this. This is pretty much one of the main reasons why, guys, right? So pretty much the SEC delays spot ETF decisions. Okay, they are in fact continuing to delay these decisions for these Bitcoin spot ETFs. Right, so it seems like BlackRock are in fact delaying it. Okay, they keep on delaying. It seems like Gary Gensler is not going to just give the Bitcoiners what they really want. Okay, we know we want BlackRock Bitcoin ETF application to be approved by the SEC, but it seems like the SEC keeps delaying it, guys. And this is pretty much the reason why we're in fact seeing Bitcoin drop. So we will see, but you guys understand there is in fact a fair few deadlines, and I have already talked about this a fair few times. Okay, so the SEC has to comment on 7 Bitcoin spot ETF applications before the end of this week. After losing the cold battle against Grayscale, do you think we'll get an ETF approval this week? And honestly, this week we might not actually get a approval. That's just my personal opinion, right? Even though we all want a approval, okay, for a spot Bitcoin ETF, it might not actually happen, right? But you guys can see there is in fact a fair few deadlines. There's 4 deadlines: the first one, the second one, the third one, and of course a final deadline, which is pretty much March next year in 2024, right? That's going to be like the final deadline for a lot of these spot Bitcoin ETFs, for a lot of these different institutions, right? These companies. Okay, so we will see, guys, but so far it seems like the SEC keeps delaying these approvals for these spot Bitcoin ETFs, right? And that's why we're in fact seeing Bitcoin dropping back down to its previous levels. Okay, so that's that. But there is in fact a fair few charts that I really want to show you guys for Bitcoin. Okay, so we know Bitcoin is pretty much back down at $26,000, and Bitcoin, yes, it's moving on its sideways. But understand, guys, this is the most important time right now. Okay, when Bitcoin is not really moving, it may seem sort of boring right now for Bitcoin, but you guys understand this is actually the most important time because we are still in the buy zone. Understand, guys. Okay, please understand this. We are in fact about to enter the next bull market. So time is ticking if you really think about it, right? We know the Bitcoin halving is obviously going to happen literally in the next couple of months, less than a year from now. April next year in 2024, that's when the Bitcoin halving is going to happen. So understand time is ticking. And we know, guys, every single time we have the halving for Bitcoin, that is where Bitcoin tends to pump the most. And that's when the real bull run happens for Bitcoin. So understand, guys, time is ticking. Okay, next year in 2024 and of course 2025 are going to be great years for Bitcoin. So if you really think about it, we have literally less than 8 years to buy as much Bitcoin and your favorite altcoins at a low price, right? At a pretty decent price. You know, a lot of these prices right now for Bitcoin and of course altcoins, your favorite altcoins, are literally dirt cheap. Okay, like kid you not. I've been talking about this many times. We all should be dollar cost averaging right now, guys. Okay, so you guys clearly see this chart right here. Okay, Bitcoin does in fact move its side. Okay, like sideways, pretty much consolidating, and then after that, it does in fact have a pump. You guys clearly see that, right? It's like rhyming. You know, these patterns do in fact rhyme, and pretty much history does sort of repeat itself. Not 100%, but it's similar, right? So you guys clearly see, you know, back in 2015, 2016, it moved on its side. And then 2016, especially 2017, that's when it really pumped. And then, of course, 2018, 2019, it was sort of, you know, dropping. And then, of course, 2019 to 2020, we saw a sideways move, okay? And then that's when Bitcoin pumped. And then we were, in fact, entering the next bear market, and that's when it dropped. We are, in fact, in the sideways movement right now, which means a pump is coming for Bitcoin, guys. Okay, so, right, the target here, $45,000 to $50,000. If you guys have in fact been watching my videos, I told you guys, I really do see, like honestly, I really do see at least a 50K Bitcoin towards the end of this year. And it seems like Stock Money Lizards is totally, you know, agreeing with that as well, right? A 50K Bitcoin is coming, guys, most likely towards the end of this year. So be excited for that, for all my Bitcoin holders out there. And yes, Bitcoin is obviously going to be reaching a new all-time high. Okay, every single time we enter a new bull market, or we enter, you know, the next bull cycle and have a bull run, right? Bitcoin will reach a new all-time high. So 150K to 200K, yes, very, very possible for the year 2025. And I told you guys, we might actually even see Bitcoin surpass $200,000 in the next bull market, right? I'm not going to say too much about that. That is just obviously my personal opinion. But yes, 200K is very, very possible for Bitcoin in the year 2025. Okay, and then of course, 2026, we're going to see Bitcoin drop again, right? And then, you know, 2027, right, we're going to see it move slightly, you know, sideways like what it's doing right now. And then, of course, you know, 2028 to 2029, obviously that's when we're going to enter, you know, the next, you know, bull market, right? Especially in 2029. So it's looking pretty good for Bitcoin, guys. Okay, it really, really is. So be excited for that. And yes, it may seem boring right now for Bitcoin, but understand, guys, the next bull run that's going to be happening for Bitcoin is going to be the bull run will last, you know, 3 years potentially, right? Maybe even just 2 years. So 2024, especially 2025, and then I do believe 2026. That's when we're going to see Bitcoin drop once again, because that's when we're going to enter, you know, the next bear market, guys. So just think about it. Like, look at this chart. We're here right now. It may seem boring right now. Bitcoin's not really moving, but understand, guys, in the next few years, Bitcoin is going to be reaching a new all-time high. It's easily going to surpass 69K, which was in fact its previous all-time highs. So understand, in the next bull market, we're going to easily see Bitcoin reach a new all-time high, right? It may be boring all the way down here, but understand, guys, in the future, in the next few years, Bitcoin's going to be all the way up here. So understand, a bull run is about to happen for Bitcoin. You guys clearly see this, right? So we hit bottom. We are in fact in a pre-bull right now. And then after our pre-bull, we'll obviously enter the next official bull run, guys. Okay, so right now, since we're all the way down here and Bitcoin's clearly still nowhere near back up to its previous all-time highs, right now is obviously the perfect time to buy Bitcoin. We're still in the buy zone, guys. We all should be at least dollar cost averaging, right? And you guys clearly see the Bitcoin monthly returns. Today is in fact the first day of September. For me it is. For you guys will most likely be tomorrow. But for me, it is in fact the first day of September. And I told you guys many times, September is usually a month that we don't see Bitcoin perform too well, right? September is usually a bad month for Bitcoin. You guys clearly see for 6 years straight, literally 6 years straight for September, Bitcoin has not been, performing too great, right? So I'm not expecting anything too different for this year. I'm expecting this month for Bitcoin, September to Bitcoin, Bitcoin will potentially, perform pretty bad, right? Which is a good thing, and the reason why I say it's a good thing is because we can buy more, okay? And take that as an opportunity, to buy more Bitcoin, right? Because time is ticking, guys. I understand a bull run is coming for Bitcoin, right? I really want you guys to understand that. So really take this month serious on at least DCAing into Bitcoin guys, because September is not going to be a great month for Bitcoin, right? It could, things could switch up, right? Where we actually see Bitcoin pump this month. We will see, like no one actually really knows, but time will tell, okay? And speaking of dollar cost averaging, Forbes, okay, is saying here, like this is the perfect time to start dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. And I've been telling you guys this many times, right? If you guys have in fact been watching my streams, been watching my YouTube videos in general, you guys know I've been talking about dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin for a very, very long time. I feel like I always remind you guys that, right? So right now, guys, since Bitcoin is in fact wiped out from the grayscale pump, okay, that happened pretty much 2 days ago, right now is obviously the perfect time to buy more Bitcoin, guys, okay? It really, really is. So right now is the perfect time to start dollar cost averaging. And obviously dollar cost averaging is a great investing strategy. Obviously a lot of investors use this investing strategy and have made a lot of money because it's really, really simple. Okay, you don't really, time the market. It doesn't really screw with your emotions. You simply just continue to buy into an asset. It could be weekly, or fortnightly, every 2 weeks, or monthly. It's really up to you. For me personally, I do it weekly. So pretty much, every week I buy into Bitcoin pretty much the same amount, and that's that. I just continue to do that. No matter how Bitcoin is performing on that day, I just buy. And of course, I do in fact take opportunities when I see Bitcoin and the crypto market dropping, right? Just like today. And that's why early this morning, I did in fact go ahead and buy some more Bitcoin, right? Because I always take opportunities when I see it, right? For Bitcoin, I'll always take it, guys. So since Bitcoin did in fact drop today, back down to its previous support level, $26,000, obviously I'm going to go ahead and buy more Bitcoin. That's exactly what I did this morning. And I really do hope you guys are in fact taking this time to DCA into Bitcoin, because right now is the perfect time to do all that, right? It really, really is. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this one. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Give a thumbs up and of course subscribe to the channel. More videos will in fact be coming your way, so stay tuned for that. And I'll catch you guys all in my next video. Have a good one, guys.